Dang it. Just, hey, sit right there. I'll be right back. Every time. Get your butts. Get your butts. Dang it. I can't find the cards I was looking for. Hi. Hello. Oh no, she's smoking. Oh my god, she's got addiction. Oh, it's a fucking dictionary. Oh my god. Alright, I'm really fucking hyper today. I don't know what's going on. Just FYI. It's been a really weird and nice day. And my neighbor has been downstairs taking weird stuff out of the garbage. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? It's not even dumpster diving for like good stuff, you know? It's like scavenging. Anyway, whatever. I have nothing nice to say about that guy. There are no messages that I'm supposed to share with you, though I am being asked to tell you there is a white dragon around. I don't know what that means. I've been seeing it for about 5 days now. Maybe it's been 5 days. Ever since the 23rd, there's been a white dragon. I don't know what that means, but I see it. I feel it. I can feel its scales. I've felt its breath. I've seen its eyes. It's just there. I don't know. Last night, up until 6 or so in the morning, there was a lot of energy work being done. So I don't know if you guys are experiencing anything better today, but I don't know, the air just feels like it's softer. I don't know how else to explain it. I've been having so many different dreams and experiencing so many energies that are new, like new to me. From 7 a.m. when I was asleep, because I fell asleep around 6:30. And I was having a great night, by the way, by myself. And I went to sleep and I woke up around 9 a.m., completely refreshed, 2 hours of sleep. And in the dreams I was having, it was like we were dust checking a city. I don't know, and there were like dragons everywhere, but like nice dragons. A whole bunch of different colors too. So I have, this isn't for any specific sign. If anything, I keep seeing the Pisces symbol, but I don't think this is for any of those. I just want to play with cards. So if you have any kind of thing you want to ask your guides, I'm just doing a general, what do we all need to know? Three of Cups. Oh God. King of Cups. Oh God. Ten of Pentacles. Oh God. Eight of Swords in reverse. Oh Jesus. Queen of Cups. Are you kidding me? The Devil. Okay. The Lovers. Oh my God. Knight of Wands. Justice. Oh my God. Becca. Look at her butt. Yeah, don't worry. No, we're not taking this Nine of Swords. Don't worry. Everything's fine. This is good. This is beyond good. So, 3 days, 3 hours, not 3 weeks, not 3 weeks, not 3 weeks. 3 days, 3 hours. And then I see the Roman numeral of 10 and 1, the X with the 1, so 11. There will be, it's 3 people together having fun. So it could be what I'm seeing is a triple call video call, like a Zoom call between 3 different, I don't want to call them card readers, but they're priestesses basically. Like I'm being shown the faces of specific ones, but I don't want to name them. They're really good people. It's 3 of them doing a like joined reading. So maybe you guys want to do something like that. And this 4th cup right here, I'm noticing he's like not joining in, but he's listening. He's like watching the video. So it's like a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, but a leader. So a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with maybe whenever I see the King of Cups, I always, always, always think of someone who is a fire sun sign, a water moon sign, and either an air or earth rising sign. Because every depiction of the King of Cups is someone overcoming emotions. So, King of the Moon, right? The emotions. But they're leading, so they're a king. They're like leading forward with a charge, with a fire. But they're on the sense of stability, which is earth, and then they're thinking and leading, which is air. The bride being prepared for the wedding. She's in her bridal chamber. This reminds me of Ellie, the embodiment of old age and the embodiment of youth, of life. One and the same. And then it's kind of like Hecate, the triple goddess. You can even look at it as Barbello. But someone or some energy among the many are being prepared while someone is off watching. So a very masculine energy. There's something so very masculine about this. And then this person, this energy, this collective gets prepared and then set loose to her throne. So it's kind of like the masculine energy being already on the throne and the feminine rising up to meet the masculine. And then both of them cutting themselves free of whatever was going on and moving forward together. I keep hearing spreading the messages, and I'm seeing this as Isis. Or Inanna. There's something that has gone through or transcended through time and space and filled a circle. There's a dolphin jumping there. There's a dolphin engraved in stone here. But this dolphin is on her tattoo. This dolphin is on her leg over here, on her shoulder and on her leg. Right shoulder, left leg. Some of you might want to be meditating and thinking or sending positive energy, emotions to those areas of your body. There's so many things in here, but it really looks like there's a I'm really attempting to give you the simplest wording for this. But I feel like a guest observing a bride get ready for her wedding. On a very muggle kind of 9 to 5 way. In the next 3 to 6 hours, 3 to 6 days. Something to do with the number 11. Something spiraling and returning back to its origin point. But going forward again, having learned, it's showing me like I'm seeing the Fibonacci spiral, like it's going over the same point, but wider and wider. So it's kind of like, and I'm seeing this image here return to this side, and the chains being broken from this side. But here they're holding hands, but it's two women. It's not a man and a woman. It's two women. It's very much like, okay, I'm going to give you this example that I have experience with. It's similar to you're with someone, your husband, and you guys separate, and your husband or your wife, whichever one, goes off and transitions genders to the opposite, right? The other side of the spectrum. And that's off in the distance happening somewhere else. One person is doing it, the other one is off living their life, right? The king is off becoming the queen, but lo and behold, the queen went off on the other side and became a king. So when they come back together, not only are they breaking the way they were, male and female, but now they're both the opposite. It's so strange. It's so strange because it's almost like these three and these three, but there's a difference because it started with this king, and then there's these three, which remind me of the three fates, and they're just giggling and laughing because they're like plot twist. You know, the husband's the wife, and the wife is technically the husband, but she still looks like the wife. Or another example is two same gender people being in a relationship and then separating and coming back and being both of them having, transitioned to their authentic self. And then they do the relationship again, but this time as two lesbians or two gay guys instead of a husband and wife. It's such a strange, funny vibe. Like it's giggly. It's silly. It's like a punishment from the Greek gods. Like I can see like Hera doing this to someone. I can see like Aphrodite laughing with a glass of wine, and she's like, "Oh, that's what you guys are doing? Okay, now you guys can both do this together." It's justice. Whatever is happening in the next 3 days to 6 days that has an association with the number 11, and in your own personal life with someone you knew that you were in a divine union with, regardless if you consider them a karmic, a best friend, it's someone that you physically kissed on the lips or had sexual intimacy with. That person that was your count, because we have the king and the queen. So whoever this person was, you had an intimate relationship with them. Everybody that is involved in this message has had an intimate experience with these people or these energies. You've had intimate experiences with the queen, or with whatever. There's been an intimate involvement. Things have been experienced and felt, and choices have been made. There has been the lovers, the physical intimacy. There has been intimacy. So don't get it twisted. You've had sex with this person that this reading is about. And it's applying to everybody because it's the Ten of Pentacles. So everybody has this person in their life, whoever it is that you've had an intimate relationship with, and something within the next 3 days to 6 days to something to do with the number 11 is going to balance the karmic scales between you guys so that the cycle doesn't repeat the same way in the next experience that you have, but it's done with broken chains instead and the wisdom gained. Similar to if someone age regressed you at your current age back to being in high school, but you get to go to high school knowing what you know now, but in a teenager's body. It would be weird. It would be like your mind would have to adjust to the new truth. I hope that makes sense. Whatever this person was to you, whoever this person was, you were someone to that person too. And since the Eight of Swords is in between and in reverse, right here, and then the Ten of Pentacles, meaning a lot of family and situations and friends, something happened between these two. The energy of it says that what happened between these two was for these two to kind of do that. But the fates played a different game. And they were like, oh, do you think that's what's going to bring balance? If the exes get back together and this time the relationship is harmonious, they're kind of like, no, that's not what's going to fix it. What's going to fix it is they break these bonds, every single chain that bound them, that made them into who they were. And this time they come back together this way. You see how this messenger is going from justice back towards these cards? And you notice how the fates have the spirals around their arms. But majority of them are not closed circles. The X chromosome, all the different skulls, the unfinished stories, right? The spirally things that keep not expanding. But then there's the humorous dolphin right there. And then there's the humorous dolphin right there. So they know that this humorous version works. But the joy in here has been compounded into stone. So this doesn't work. So what are they doing? This. It's softening of the masculine energy. The masculine becoming more feminine. The feminine becoming more masculine, but not physically. Instead, energetically, internally. You notice how her body isn't masculine, but she's not supporting something. She's standing tall with a serpent behind her. So normally we think that this is Adam and this is Eve, right? But here Adam is the woman carrying the child, and here Eve is the leader. She's reaching her hand out to hold another hand. She's reaching her hand out to receive another hand. You notice even the paradox in that? The leader instead receiving instead of giving, and this other leader reaching out for help instead of being the help. things have been kind of turned on their head. Instead of the messenger going to justice, justice is sending the messenger. Instead of the king waiting for his queen to be ready, the queen has been ready and they're waiting for the king to become the queen. It's like it's a funny plot twist. I don't know how else to explain it. And it plays out in a lot of different ways in a lot of people's lives. I'm seeing a tree stump that's been cut and the rings keep expanding. So even though something was removed, there's still growth there. It just has to grow differently now. I'm still unable to shake the way this guy looks. He's so, like, not pleased. I apologize for the camera and that ridiculously stained coffee mug. Anyway, he doesn't look pleased. It's the Three of Wands. I think it's funny, kind of, in a bittersweet way, how she's looking back at what used to be with the Ten of Cups. And this like experience that was had. Even this one, she's like looking back at something. I feel like if I dig any deeper into this, it's going to get really emotional because it's an energy that is involved in a lot of people's emotional entanglement in a lot of relationships. This person that is being this energy, these two energies that are divided into individual aspects, calling themselves, whatever name. These two people's story, which is echoed in a lot of people's stories. There's been so much pain between you two. So much. Some of you lost children, maybe even 3 of them. Some of you went through 3 different attempts of making the relationship work and you guys separated 3 separate times. Like really separated for extended periods of time. At least a few years. And then got back together and then separated again. And each time it cost you a version of who you were. And now you're this person looking back, realizing that justice and karmic debt and all these soul contracts and the path of your soul and recognizing who you are and that you're already in heaven and that your body is the kingdom. Like recognizing all these things, but being aware with the Three of Wands that you've created something in the past that has forever changed you. I'm getting the feeling like this King of Cups is this like queen, princess, whoever she is, in the Three of Wands. And at the end of this entire thing, like at the end of this person's, chapter of this experience. So like, let's say it's at the end of the movie where they're together and whatever, and then one of the people just walks off on their own to go for a walk in the woods, right? And they're standing there looking back at their entire story, and then the movie shows you a montage of what happened. It's kind of how I'm being shown this. And this king is this person looking back on their life and realizing all the things they manifested in that king form that was never authentic to who they are, because the sword is pointing at the Eight of Swords here, which is also part of the reason why this family situation between the king and the queen was dissolved. Family was involved, and that family did not tell the truth. That family kept the people bound. And when justice came in and the chains were broken and people recognized who they are on their own, roles were switched, positions were flipped, tables were turned. Everything was done a 180 and to make go into another direction. That was done 3 times. Now is the 4th attempt. Here comes the 4th wand. But this wand comes bringing balance in ways that people don't really consider balanced. Like I was saying earlier, the male becomes the female takes the role of the male but keeps the female body. They both create a union together. They create an empire, a legacy that helps people break the old ways, but the bad old ways, not the good old ways. Because even the devil is allowing it, because the devil's like, those weren't the chains that were intended. That's not how it was supposed to be. So even the darker aspect of the human psyche is assisting the human psyche in making this change. Which started out, remember in the beginning of the video how hyper and goofy I felt? It was that trickster energy. It's also reminding me of this short CGI cartoon I saw of Goddess Diana trying to take a shower in the pond. And this guy is like watching her in the distance, and she notices him and she gives him boobs. So he stops staring at her boobs. And I think this is really fair, whatever this is. It seems really balanced and a harmonization to a lot of chaotic water, because the water is still here, but it's really chaotic under where the king is sitting. It's kind of choppy and wavy by the queen, but it's more in trouble by where the king of cups is, which is odd. And the waters regarding family are being contained within a cave and within a vessel, so they're not free-flowing truth, or emotions are contained and manipulated and stagnant. So be careful with what your family says to you regarding what you do with your love life. Sorry, just checking for text. Okay, he's fine. Let's see. What else do they need to know? Beginnings, see? You guys are going to go through another chapter together, another attempt, and it's going to be extreme. It's going to be absolutely extreme, but don't deny it. Accept it, because it'll teach you something. There are still the doves of peace, new beginnings, and wishes being granted with the new moon, and 2 opposites coming together to bring balance and to seal a rift. It's similar to an Archon and an Aeon hating each other, and they have to shake hands and work together for a minute. These people have been separated so many times that it's difficult for them to do what they need to do, but they have to do what they need to do. It's part of the way that the story has to go. That 4th wand is already on the way, and it's already lit on fire. The contracts have already been made, the fates have already made their decision, justice is already here. And this person, the masculine energy that doesn't want to accept this new beginning, is being changed into a feminine energy so that their entire system creates a receptivity. so that they can, remember how this was upside down, the acceptance card? So it can be extremely reversed into acceptance through the separation that was caused by the void. And you see here, through that void, the king becomes the queen. There's rebirth. Which brings peace to this king, to this union. And then that peace brings, see, to the entire energy of the masculine force in humanity. Because all this king has been needing is his queen. But what he hasn't realized is that he has to find that queen within himself first. And when he does, he attracts his real queen, which is what the feminine already does. She attracts the masculine by being kingly on her own. But this has stopped people. Because someone, somewhere, in all of us has been attempting to do what's right based on other people's strings attached to us. You see that? That's fear. If you do this, that person gets mad. If you do that, that God gets mad. If you do that, that Father God gets mad. If you do that, that means, the other Messiah gets mad. If you do that, oh, the devil gets mad. If you do that, your mommy gets mad. If you do that, your sister gets mad. If you do that, your boyfriend gets mad. And inside you're like, fucking fuck. I just want peace. Okay. It's going to need some extreme work, though. You're going to need to be resilient. You're going to need to assess the situation and recognize how you've been doing things with the wrong energy and do things with the right energy, the right way. Just because you're masculine doesn't mean you need to be a Neanderthal. Just because you're feminine doesn't mean you need to be a pussy bitch, you know? Okay. I don't want to read this energy anymore. It's so weird. It's so weird. Because I've been through one side of that. And if I'm going to apply that to my life, that means one of my exes is now a chick. How does it feel, fucker? You see, that's that energy. That's what it is. That's what it feels like. I honestly don't care, though. I mean, more power to you. Find yourself good. Find yourself. Be yourself. It's all anybody's asking for. Just be yourself. People overcomplicate it so much. Oh, how do I be myself? I don't know. Stop thinking about doing something and just do it. What do you enjoy? I heard somebody ask in a video yesterday, it's time to ask yourself what you enjoy and what brings you happiness. What do you actually like? And I started thinking about it, like really actually thinking about it. And I was like, wait a minute. I have so many things I like. So many. And there's so many things I'm good at. Like really, really, really good at. And there's so many things I learned so quickly. But what really brings me happiness and joy and lights me up, honestly, I have no fucking idea. I've barely got to experience anything in this life so far. I mean, I look at lit up cabinets in a kitchen and I think the house is fancy and bougie. I fucking see hardwood floors and I'm like, oh, this is too rich for my blood. I see people with cars and I'm like, oh, maybe one day I'll fucking have a car. But recently I've been looking at all this stuff and I'm like, wait a minute. Remember the other reading I was doing the other day of being stuck in a certain emotion while like wanting to be in a different emotion and not realizing you can change that emotional state? And hearing that question asked yesterday in a video, I was like, oh, oh, that makes so much sense now. Like I saw it, I saw what I was saying, but from someone's point of view that I haven't lived their life whatsoever. Like in that way, no, I haven't. I don't have a physical human child. I'm not a single mother, of a physical human child living alone and getting paid for work. Like that's not my life. It's never been my life in this physical life. So when she was asking, she's like, okay, what makes you happy? What do you do in these quiet moments? And I was just thinking, well, I help everybody else. And then I started thinking, well, wait a minute, no, there's stuff I like doing. And I started going through all the things in nature and all the things I like drawing and writing and cooking and eating. And I noticed, holy shit, I have a ton of stuff I like doing that I don't do because I've been so screwed up mentally because of things in the past. And it dawned on me, man, like that's the emotion we've been stuck on. Like, we're not stuck on a fucking person or a place or a thing. The entire human consciousness, the way people work, the way source works as people pretending to be asleep, is that it feels an emotion. Thank you. It's like a stove, like this. Holy shit, that's a great example. It's a stove, right? So you've got 4 burners on the stove. And in this burner, you're like super duper duper sad for some reason. And you're like, oh, I'll think about that later. In this one, you're like, I'm going to distract myself and think about all the ways that you're hungry and, all the food you like. And then in this one, it's about all the ways you can make money and all the stresses and everything to do with money and finances. And then this one goes to like sex and other people and what they think and how you feel about all this stuff. But over here, you still got a burner going with nothing on it other than negative emotions that's constantly reminding you of something that happened in the past that you're not dealing with. When that could be replaced by something that is actually functioning and baking you like fries or, some rice and chicken or something. By the way, I made the most delicious fucking beef and peppers and onions in red wine. Oh my God. It was so good. And I marinated the beef in pineapple juice for like a day and a half in the fridge. Try it. You're fucking welcome. Season it however you want. I basically just used salt, pepper, a little bit of cayenne pepper, red wine, and garlic. Oh, and a little bit of curry. Just a teaspoon. Right at the end of it, just mix it into the oil and kind of stir it around. It gives it such a weird. It was so good. It was so good. I don't even remember ever knowing that recipe, and I just sat there and I'm like at 10:30 at night or like 11 at night last night. I'm like, I'm gonna go cook this. And I sat there and I had myself a glass of wine, eating this delicious meat, like food, and just sitting there by candlelight listening to music. I'm like, this is nice. And that's when I recognized there's so much I haven't been experiencing. There's so many places in the world I haven't seen. There's so many. Oh, you want to see this? Okay, hold on. The spiral, the council, magic, heart of the sky, and the circle. The circle and the spiral. Okay. Magic, the council. Oh, there's that number 11. 3 days, 6 days. Man, you are sneaky. 6, 6, 13, 11. Hmm. There's that spiral I was talking about. So like these couples were together on this point and they didn't really know shit about each other or anything. They came back to that point, didn't really know shit, came back to this point, kind of did better because, at least it got a wider spiral this time. And that was the Three of Wands. And now they're going boop, 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 the Four of Wands. And obviously the Five of Wands comes after that. But still, for now, they'll be dealing in the Four of Wands. And then all these beings, all these different hands, maybe what is that? No, it's not Virgo, it's Libra? I don't know. This calendar is so screwed up. I don't know how people keep track of it. Why are there so many zodiac signs? It's like supposed to be 4. I mean, really, when did that change? Because it's supposed to be 4, one for each corner. Like the medicine wheel with the 4 colors on it and the X in between. That's the heart of the sky. There is something very deeply esoterically, I don't know what the word is in English for you guys, very mystical about the message that wants to come through this. And I'm actively fighting it, but let me tell you, the oracle in me is screaming at me. The council has spoken that within 3 to 6 days the heart of the sky will open and the spiral of life will release the emanation. Do as thou willst. The light has won, because you are the light. There was never any reason to think you would not win. Just look at that smile. Was there ever any doubt? Complete and utter faith and trust. Oh my goodness. This just reminded me of somebody very specific. And I don't know her in person, but I've seen a few of her videos online, and I think she's fucking fantastic. Hi. I can't see the person's, their eyes, but whoever you are, you look very much like that. There's 3 of you specifically that know something very specific. Closing your eyes to the past, staring at the present, and daydreaming the future. The 3 fates again. Hecate again. Barbello again. This is really reminding me of Barbello. And she's holding Gaia. It's like the great mother coming to help the daughter. She's like, enough is enough. It's so funny to me, you guys. I can't fucking explain it any other way. It really feels like the most petty but perfectly justified and just, even in the eyes of Ma'at and her feathers. Like perfectly fair justice. Complete justice. I have no other word for it. Whatever this is, it's got the sealed, signed, sealed, and delivered, kudos from the universe and your spirit guides. And this is for everybody, not just one person. And no, I'm not projecting onto this and I'm not deflecting. I'm simply relaying the message exactly how I feel it, what I'm being told to say, and what she's saying. The Holy Spirit. I mean, I guess you call her that. To me, she's her. Lovely Bello. Good old mama. The four corners coming together. The seed of the universe expanding. The spiral of life evolving. Faith maintained through construction of positive vibrations instead of allowing negative to take the place of the time you could spend feeling the positive. To be wise enough to make that choice requires you to be coy, to be mischievous, to be playful with your anger, to be playful with your sorrow. Oh, look, you feel sad again. Let's go watch Care Bears. Oh, look, your ex is, doing stalking you or some shit. Let's go watch X-Men. Oh, look, your boss is doing something, your whatever is doing something. Let's instead go bake cupcakes. Whatever it is, just do something else other than allow that negativity from the past into you. Close your eyes to it. Allow yourself to be active in the present moment, creating something, magic. If you're watching something, draw something while you're watching. If you're bored and you don't know what to do, start cleaning. If you just cleaned everything and you're trying to find something else to do, just sit your ass down and relax. If you're, thinking about someone else specifically, go bake something instead. Specifically baking. There is some magic in baking. Not just cooking, but baking. Or eating baked goods that are warm. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this, but barely anybody uses it as practice. How much better do most people feel when they have music playing and they're eating something sugary and sweet? A lot better, right? So be playful with your negative moods. And when you get into that state of like, whatever you call it, now you know better. So you can't sit there and cry and fall to a fetal position. You can't fight your way through it. You can't silent treatment your way through it. You can't ghost your way through it. Now you have to learn how to deal with it the other ways, which are probably going to be mistakes too, but those mistakes will at least lead you to a bigger pattern here that looks completely daunting, but you can do it. You just have to realize you're coming out of it like that. You're going from rock bottom to top. Similar to how cabinets to most of you are, oh my God, I can only imagine. And to me, cabinets are, Home Depot basic brown plywood or whatever. The fanciest cabinets I've ever seen have still been like splintery. I don't know how to explain it. Like unsealed wood kind of thing. Like I mean, it's no knock against anything, but you see those over there. They're not real wood. It's like shreds of wood put together. I don't know what that word is. It's like this table. Anyway, it's like a fake reality that we live in, okay? I'm very aware of it. I think a lot of other people are going to be too. Like, I know this is a humanoid being, but I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, what if that wasn't a human that I'm looking at? What if it just looks and talks and acts like a human? But it's really not. Like, look at it. Look at the mischievousness on her face. Like, she knows something is up. She knows something's going on. I know it. What are you up to? I see you. You know? Like, something's going on. And you notice the white hair in this one is also a white streak of hair in this one. So when people tell you to let go of the past, you don't have to. Just stop feeling the same way about it. Instead, look at it like that. That was fine. Let's do it again. But this time better. In a way, it's reminding me of a planet being pulled out of the solar system while the solar system is spinning, and the planet's being bonked by the same part of the solar system while it's slowly being pulled out. So kind of like if this is coming out of this, like the process has to go like that. They're all handprints but different colors, yet they're all still the same handprint. It's still the same spiral, it's still the same relationship, but it's different. It's still the same people, but they're different. You know, you could be looking at your coworker and think, oh, they're human, but they're actually not. Still the same person, but different. There's no invasion. You never left heaven. There was no rebellion. You never left. There was no apple. It was just LSD. Like, what if? What if Eve never ate the apple? What if the apple wasn't about good and evil and it was just like marijuana laced apples? And she just had a really fucked up trip. And this has just been Eve's trip all along. What if? What if your ex came back as a man or a woman? What if you came back as a man or a woman? What if your name isn't your name? What if you're not a person? What if you're a ghost? Are you real? What if the tree isn't a tree? What if the person's not a person? What if the building's a set? What if I love you? What if you love me? Ew. What if I'm really rich? What if I'm really poor? What if I can fly? Have that energy with yourself. Instead of thinking, the past is so and so, and I must hold on to it, the wisdom, the gain, the knowledge. Ooh, I have to suffer for all my life. Oh my God, I can never go back to that person. Oh my God, I can't do any of it. No, no, no. Save me, Jesus. Oh my God. Please save me. Oh my God. Girl, bye. No, we're saving ourselves here. We're not waiting for Mr. Dangling to come and save us. We're saving ourselves. Ovaries gave birth to him. Ovaries will save us. He already did what he could, and we appreciate him. And he will always be our brother, father, son, God, and Savior. But we're saving ourselves this time. He can help, though. I mean, you can hold my hand and walk with me. If I'm about to trip, you can save my ass. But Like, do you see? Do you see what's become of me? I don't need you to save me. I was never in need of saving. I was in need of being seen and heard and cared for. The heart of the sky doesn't need you to save it. It needs you to notice it. Because it's watched you your entire life. That great mother in the sky, the great grandmother in the sky, the mother you walk upon, she sees you. Who's looking back at her? These are weird messages, you guys. But the winds of change are coming. Ooh, that'll be fun. Are you sure you're going to do it, though? All right, let's see. I triple dog dare you. No. Close, but no cake. No. Close, but no cake. Close, but no cake. Close, but no cake. No. No. That was a long time ago. Oh, can you guys see these? I don't know if there's anybody in the chat or if the chat's even working, but hi. You're just being snarky and not showing me the card I want to say it. That's all you're doing, and I don't appreciate it because you're just a bratty being. Rude. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll use my grown-up voice to read for you. Mr. Sheffield. We got Lilith. Where is it? Yeah, Lilith. And a priestess or a nun. Rita of Casca, patroness of impossible causes. Someone here thinks their ex is an impossible cause. Lady of Hermits, you've obviously been on your own dealing with your shit, or you know someone who has been, and you think they or yourself really needs a break or someone to stand up for them. I'm noticing the red sash here, 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 and here. There's something important about a red sash. I'm going to break this down for you in a really quick sentence, okay? I'm going to do the oracle thing for you. In order for you to acknowledge who you truly are, you must acknowledge your inner self, which is good and evil. In order to balance the two, you have to constantly be aware that you choose to be good even though you can be evil. Those of you who are single mothers with children, honor your children and yourselves. You are the goddess before them that they will ever know. You are the truest depiction of the mother goddess in front of them. You help them become the mother of believers, and you shape their children and their children's children. You mothers who hold children in your hands, daughters especially, your daughters hold grandmothers and great grandchildren within them. When your mother was pregnant, she had your daughter within her at the same time as you, ovary to ovary, egg to egg. And now some of you stand alone. Some of you are motherless, some of you are daughterless. Some of you became men. Some of you men became women. Some of you became who you truly are, and others of you became others to find out who you are and went back to being others. Have mercy with yourselves. In order for your light to shine, it doesn't matter what others think of you. Your pain must be transformed into a greater capacity to love yourself. Pretend that each person that comes into your life is someone reflecting your deepest thoughts about yourself back to you as if they are being paid to act those thoughts out to you. Actor, stagers, lights, camera, action. Cut. You're not doing it right. Do it again. This time with eyes open. Nope, now do it again. This time with eyes and heart wide open. Nope, now do it again. This time with eyes, heart, and hands open. Nope, now do it again. Eyes, heart, hands open while you hold things that sustain you and you sustain them. Now do it again when you have nothing but yourself and reflections of what you had. Now choose your way forward, yourself. Learn to love yourself this time, regardless of your body. Regardless of what was done, what was said. Can you conjure love within you for yourself first? Or is what happened in the past keeping you from being you because you hold on to those records and documents when all you're doing is keeping yourself in that state while all the rest are moving forward? Some of you, some of us, wanted to say, no, the past did this, so we're going to be this. And that was authentic for them. I am my authentic self in all circumstances, including when you were being petty or when you were being broken. But now you're not. No, you're not. Now you're free. Sorry if you can hear my stomach rumbling. Now you're one with your soul, and you know who you are. A little more than you did yesterday. Hopefully a little more than you did before you clicked on this video. Now you recognize your interior life. And that yes, you have a savior, you have messiahs, you have messengers, but you also have the earth that is beneath you that held those messengers as her own children. That Holy Spirit came to the earth, which means the earth was there. Christ walked the earth, which means the earth was there. Krishna walked the earth, which means the earth was there. Lilith walked the earth, which means the earth was there. God, gods, the originator, aeons, and Aeon herself, is the earth, and walks the earth as herself, on herself. Trust yourself. Know thyself. You are God. You are Source. Even if you consider yourself a child of the light, you are still the light itself. This orb is the same as those. They're just all the way in that orb. This orb is more corporeal, so you can see the form, and the orb is limited to the head, denoting to you your own siblingness, your own family. You are a child of God, of Goddess, a child of the earth. Even the gods walk the earth. The earth is the mother to the gods. They are born and made of her material in this universe. The universe makes all the planets. It's all one and the same. So recognize who you are. You're part of a lineage of love, like the other card said, a legacy of this light. Everybody. You're in there. Tap, tap, tap. Come on out, little baby. You can't stay in there forever. Fine. You're ready when you're ready. And until you're ready, think about being ready and enjoy what you have now. Because just as you're aware that wherever you live is a temporary place or a permanent place, who you are is a temporary you on top of the real you. So allow the spiral to continue. Allow yourself to evolve and do better even in the same situations as the past, because you now know better. Allow yourself to trust yourself and know that just because you're bumping into an old neighbor or an old family member or an old ex, that you're not going to be bound into marriage immediately or to be their best friend or anything. It's just another version of God talking to you. It's just another version of you talking to you, pretending that they're a separate person. Because they love you so much, they're letting you have this dream. Of remembering who you really are. Because it's that great who you really are. That just recognizing yourself is a gift of lifetimes. And then getting to play in this game as yourself, it's priceless. It's not easy, but it's priceless. And no, you will not be the same. You'll be yourself. If you're ready for that, start changing your emotional standpoint regarding things that happened in the past and behave more like an aspect of wisdom. You're not bound by the mistakes you've made, and neither are the people. Being ignorant to that change creates ignorance within the tapestry. Stop breeding ignorance. I love you guys. Please take care of yourselves. This was way deeper than I wanted it to be. It's a really nice day. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if it's nice by where you are. It's August 27th, 2022. I should have done this way in the beginning. All right, my loves. Have a pleasant day. I might be back later.